What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel and episode 4 of Going Full Hyrox, a series in which I'm documenting all of my training and life up until Hyrox, Nice and Birmingham in October. It seems as though summer has finally made a return, although sadly after last night, football won't be returning home since England lost 2-1 to Spain in the Euros final, although I didn't expect England to win, to be honest. I didn't expect them to get that far in the tournament. They've had an easy run, just like in the previous Euros and the previous World Cup. I didn't expect much from them. But speaking of football, obviously Odin found himself another football this morning. And on another positive and exciting note, today is day one of the new job. So today's the day I officially become postman at Jam, which I'm nervous and excited about. So let's get this walk done and then get ready for day one. This is a cool little cushion of Mr. Jurgen Klopp, got on from a Maker's Market Fusco for myself and my brother. Now, I know I said today is day one of being a postman, which it is. Day one, or technically day zero, if you like, is an induction day where I've got an online session, or 2 online sessions. I guess I'm just going to learn about Romeo. And we've got 4 questions to answer. This is what we're on. Microsoft Teams currently in the waiting room. There we are, and then there's the start of the course. Don't want to be too eager and start doing that now, so we're gonna wait. I realise Romeo have this every Monday. They have the welcome, and there's currently 36 people so far, which is a lot of new starters. So we've got this first half, then I've got a break for, this is until 11, so a 3-hour break, and then another hour and a half, and then that should be day done. So I should hopefully be done all by 3:30, and then I'll be off to the gym. So right now I'm just gonna enjoy this coffee and just chill. I've got 15 minutes or so before we start, and I guess I'll update you all afterwards. And that is the work done for the morning. Guys, it's very tedious. I do not learn that way at all. Just sat through the hour-and-a-half presentation and had to read a load of slides and answer questions at the end, so it's pretty much just gone in one ear out the other, but it's done. Induction day is done. We'll say done. I've still got to wait until 2 o'clock for just that finishing talk, but I think right now I'm going to take myself for a walk, get some more steps in, just get used to that. Maybe take Odin for a walk, although it is a bit hot. It is, what's the temperature chatting? It's not saying what the temperature is, but it is definitely warm outside. What's the weather saying today? We're saying it's currently 21 degrees, so definitely too hot for the boy, but I'll take myself out and then come back for some breakfast. I have no idea I said it like that, but it's going to be a pre-workout meal, so the usual breakfast oats, and then after the meeting, head over to the gym for leg day. And that is day one of the new job done. And to be honest, I couldn't tell you a thing that I took away from that session today. It's not the way I learn, just being talked to through slides and having to read pages of presentations. It's just very hard for me to concentrate, even with the dual screens, although they do help slightly. Because I find if I'm on a single screen, I just want to search different things or just go flicking between pages. I can just get distracted, whereas if it's 2 things, I can flick between the 2. Anyway, we are now off to Vault to train some legs, and I forgot to mention over the weekend I ran another half marathon, hitting that sub 2 hour sub 2 hour milestone. That's the one. Couldn't even get my words out then. In 1 minute 57. I think I also hit a 15 kilometer PB as well, and another one. I'll put them on screen. Last week was a very good week of running for me. I felt like I overcame some mental and physical blocks. Now I can actually push myself further, especially after that 10k. And then obviously on Saturday with that run, I felt that new vest and actually taking on board some fluids and hydrating properly during the run made a massive difference. And I think the last 5k started absolutely tipping down, which kept me cool, so I was able to push that a little bit harder. But so legs are feeling pretty good today, surprisingly. So we're going to go and train them now, which I've just said. I'm just rambling. Like I said before, I always turn the camera on so that I have something in mind I want to say, but then as soon as the camera goes record, it just gets all mumble jumboed up. So I'm not sure if I'm going to stay mic'd up for the gym session because it's just before peak hours. The music might be very loud. If not, it'll be a voiceover. But we'll just see what happens when we get there. I'm not a fan of this post-school pre-rush hour traffic. I did a lot of chucking myself on the way into the gym because obviously being Monday, although this is like a specialist gym, I thought it to be a bit busy on both sides, but the upper body area, all the bench were taken, obviously it's internal chest day, and the leg area was absolutely empty, give or take 1 or 2 people. So yeah, just made me chuckle a bit. But this session, pretty much exactly the same as last week in terms of sets and reps, although we're going to try and progress. I've got up 2.5 kilos on the squats. One thing I'm changing is I brought my feet in just a touch, because I noticed on Friday's wall balls, although again being super light at just 6 kilos, I felt much more powerful with that narrower stance, so I'm going to try and incorporate that stance into these squats. And I think my feet just go wider to find the sort of path of least resistance, if you like. But narrower certainly feels much better in terms of glute and quad activation, so I'm going to try and stick with those for today. I've always told myself I want to relearn to squat with that narrower stance because it just feels better for me. Like going wider just feels really slow and grindy, like sluggish sort of powerlifting style squats. I feel like I'd like to get back to more of that high bar, hybrid position. But 3 sets at 105 for 10. Hopefully they all go smooth. The narrow stance definitely felt a lot more powerful and quicker with a lot more quad angle activation. Well, that's probably down to the fatigue from the weekend run and the legs, as the power seems to taper off late from the sets, but still managed to hit all 3 pretty comfortably. It's going to be interesting to see how the legs handle training once I've been out delivering post and walk several miles, which we'll find out next week. And I'll also not be dieting this week, so the extra calories will certainly help with that. That was a very painful last set to watch back. From the side angle they look fine, but squats from behind just shows how wonky my shoulders are and how much my knees vibrate. The legs is okay, but more so just the shoulders and how painful that looks. But onto deadlifts, and I've made the executive decision to drop the reps down to 6s because my hamstrings are very fatigued, and I think doing 10s on deadlifts and squats in the same session is stupid. Squats and deadlifts in the same session again is still, obviously depending on volume, not the best, because they're both very taxing lifts, but I still want to keep deadlifts in there. I could swap them out for RDLs, but it's divided at the back end, we'll keep them there, but I'm going to drop the reps down to 6s, but at the next set, so we're still kind of the same volume, but without that massive fatigue. Same as the squats though, up 2.5 kilos, so 122.5, I'm going to go for 4 sets of 6. I was also taking a bit of a risk with these deadlifts, as on some of the warm sets it felt like my quad was very close to pulling, so I just decided to carry on. But luckily nothing happened. I was able to get all 4 sets of 6 done relatively comfortably and just focus on that technique. And this felt like the best technique I've done for a long time. Deadlifts actually felt like my quads and hamstrings were working as they should. And I was upstairs, so still a posterior superset of reverse lunges, going for dumbbells this week, and then the lying leg curls. Again, apologies for the angle, but it was a busier time and there's people around, so I didn't want to get too many people in the background and just be awkward with the camera. So it's now time for the condition, which is a bit different last week. It's Tabata, and I've decided to come into the Fusion studio. I think it's Fusion. Makes like a cool kind of, reminds me of like F45 kind of. It's got these benches, I've got what they're called, so we've got the weights and the bench they go in inclines. It's got runners, bikes, a whole selection of kettlebells, gear. It's a pretty cool setup, to be honest. I love this as a gym just by itself. So, but there's no class on now, so I'm going to jump into today's condition. I've changed it up slightly. So I've gone for, being on the whiteboard here, it's going to be, can't even see that, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. I'm going for 20 rounds total, so 5 rounds altogether, if my math is correct. Kettlebell swings, goblet squats, lunges, and then V-ups. It was meant to be something else. I like lunges on either leg, but I prefer doing alternate lunges just to, I don't know, just feels better. And rather than just do the 3 sets like it says, I'm going to be toxic and the next couple of rounds, because I don't feel that's quite enough. Although I may even stop after 3 rounds because I'm absolutely dying. And then after that it is onto some rowing conditioning, depending on how I feel after this and if there's time. Not sure if I'm just being consistent or just being consistently slow, but I was getting 12 to 14 reps on each movement and managed to follow all 5 rounds, which, looking back, wasn't the smartest idea as my quads are currently ruined. I also decided to do the alternating V-ups with a hollow hold to add more of a challenge and really light up the core. Also, apologies for the video as it was very purple. I thought I'd adjust the settings okay, so I tried to edit it the best I could. After these 5 rounds of Tabata, it was on to what should have been 8 rounds of 300 meter row with a minute rest between, but I managed 5 rounds because I was absolutely flagging by the end of it, but managed to keep a consistent pace throughout before it just completely dropped off. Finishing as always with some arm work, going for the reverse grip, dumbbell curls, and with some extra wrist curls for that forearm pump. Good old eating disorder coming into play today, forcing me to have 400 calories in that bowl, tortellini, eggs, cheese, veg, and some sauce. Still leave me with 600-700 calories left for the day. That needs to change. That's the one thing that's, I think, makes me the most anxious about this new job, this new role. Not necessarily the job itself, it's just more how things are going to change, how my schedule is going to be different, how my eating is going to have to change to factor in that. Like, I don't fully know why, or can work out why. I think if I eat too much before I train, like, I'll somehow get fat, gain weight, when it's still all calorie controlled or like calculated. It's, the mind boggles me. Like, it's only been the last 12 weeks that it's, and towards the end of the 12 weeks that it's been really sort of getting to me. So that's going to stop as of next week, the diet, since I'll be in work, and through the induction I'll be out being more active, so I definitely need to up my calories for that. But I'm going to wrap this video up. Today's been an interesting day, to say the least. It wasn't very interesting, to be honest, at the start, but I'm looking forward to tomorrow in the office, in the depot, should I say. I'm in there for 9 AM, which is good, because I thought it was going to be 7 AM. So at least I can walk out in, and then Kelly's going to go to Nan's, get the house key, and come look after him for the afternoon until I get back. Hopefully I'm not out for too long, being that it's just an induction day. I've been told I'm just going to learn about the depot and all that sort of thing. So yeah, exciting times. It was a very good session, and tomorrow's training is just going to be intervals depending on what time. I think it's 600 meter intervals, about 14 or 15 of those, and then if there is time I'm going to go and play football, which I've missed the last 2 weeks because of work, but hopefully I've got time to get there tomorrow night. But it'll be crammed. If it's too close to the intervals, I won't go, and just try and figure it out going forward, because I would like to get back into that. So yeah, catch you all in the next one, episode 5. Peace.